Hello, good people. My name is Brenda Mahlobo, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. To my new subscribers and every subscriber I have, I just want to let you know that I appreciate you. And if you are going to bump into this video and you're not part of our family, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It is absolutely free, and I'd like to have you in the space. So, judging by the title of this video, you already know what time is it. Okay, let me make this concoction feeling like the bar lady or something. So this is the soda. Yeah, soda water. And this is lime. I got this from Roka Mamas here in Midlands. So this is going to serve as an icebreaker because I need an icebreaker. Definitely need an icebreaker. Okay. You know, I think about me opening this platform. I do have a vision and a layout of what is it that I want to cover here. And part of the things that I want to cover, I want to share, a part of me, a part of my life, if not all of my life. But obviously we are being selective. But at the same time, I'm feeling some type of way because now this is a platform where I'm telling people to join in, and usually I'm not the type of a person. I've cut down my social media to like not even half, to a quarter what I used to have. Just to share a background story, on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on Facebook, I had about 1,000 plus, not 1,000 plus, like 1,300 to 1,250 or so friends. And can you believe me when I tell you that I currently have less than 300? And that's a fact. I'm not even joking. Because, I realized that I had a lot of people in that platform that I didn't really need. People who didn't add any type of value to me in one way or the other. People who were not interactive, but moreover, people that I wasn't close to that much. And, I wanted to get to a level of transparency. I just wanted to share part of me without, holding back, without thinking, oh, no, so and so is going to see it. So, but then to the contrary, on the space, I am encouraging people to subscribe. I'm sort of like inviting people over here because I want this family to grow. At the same time now, I don't know, man, I'm thinking, I want to be transparent here, but still, my transparency is not for everyone. I'm not trying to be transparent to like every people. So now I know that there are people who know me here, like personally, some from my hood and things like that. But now they are going to know me in this way. You know what I mean, man? I'm just blabbling, but you know what I'm trying to say. So, what is this? Okay, fine. It's not the taste I thought, it's not the taste I was hoping for, but it's fine. It is doable. So, I just want to share a story of how I met baby daddy. And I don't have any disclaimer for this. But should you be watching this and you kind of interested in me, this is not stopping you, is it? This is not going to, it shouldn't stop you. What I'm trying to say is it should not stop you. Perhaps a disclaimer, a young disclaimer is when you listen to the story, don't hear something I'm not saying. That's all I'm going to say. Do not understand me from your point of view, but hear me out from my point of view. Understand me from my point of view. Okay, what I'm trying to say in simple terms is I'm not trying to sell in with this video. And if you do not understand the language, I just unfortunately cannot translate it, but I'm just, inyoni zami zizungisa. If inyoni yami and, you come across this video, I mean, I'm just, angizami ukuthusa or anything. If you still like me, you should pursue me. If anything, you should pursue me. At the end of the day, I don't have no ring on my fingers. Not that I'm looking towards achieving that, but I'm just saying that's the only thing that should stop you. If I were somebody's wife and you like me, that should stop you. The fact that I'm somebody's wife should stop you. But currently, I'm nobody's wife. Okay? I'm just someone's daughter. I'm someone's mother, someone's sister, someone's cousin, someone's aunt. But that's just about that. You know what I mean? So it shouldn't stop you in any way. Okay. Enough of this long layout of disclaimers and icebreakers and what have you. I know you guys are here for the juice, man, for the meat. You're here for the meat. And I can't blame you because it is juicy. It's a juicy steak. It is. So this goes back to 2019. Towards the end of 2019. I was already in the public service working for the same department that I am in right now. I'm not sure of the exact date, but I definitely know the month. I think it was the beginning of December, first week of December, if I'm not mistaken, but it's somewhere around there. So at work, we were going to have a year-end closing function type of vibe. So it happened in Balito, La Lucia, La Messi, somewhere around there. It's along the coast. That's what is that is what matters. Okay, what is happening with this tongue twisting? It wasn't Durban, Umhlanga, La Lucia. Yeah, La Lucia. So, and the thing is, we were going to stay over because it was going to just take the entire day. So what happened, we usually do our block bookings in 17 when there's something happening that every staff member is supposed to attend. So we usually do like block bookings, like in participating hotels. And it was not different even that time around. So there was a list of hotels that we highlighted that people, should look into when wanting to do a booking. So if you don't understand a block booking, how can I simply explain it to you? Okay, so within the department, there are like different components, So if my component in particular, at the time it was Midlands region, if Mr. So and so, okay, I don't mean to be using people's exact name. If Mr. Kumalo, my supervisor, were to travel anyway for work, I'm the one who's supposed to do the booking. And the money for that, was to come from the region's budget. But then with the block booking, what that simply means, they have hotels or rooms allocated for the department. But then it did not necessarily mean we weren't supposed to do booking separately, like as different components within the department. Okay, I'm not sure whether you follow me. So there were a list of hotels around Umhlanga, Garden Court Umhlanga, the other hotels in the AHA group, quite a lot of hotels that were listed, about 6 or 7 hotels. So, but I intentionally chose the hotel that I knew that most of my colleagues wouldn't like to go. Not wouldn't like, but the hotel was not going to be their first or second choice. I was definitely sure of that because we had, had engagements in Umhlanga or around Durban that had us booking over there. So I know the type of hotels and the names that you would usually go for. Like I was sure of that. So I was like, Garden Courts Umhlanga, is it Garden Courts Umhlanga? But your usual Southern Sun, blah blah blah. I did not go for those, and I had my reasons. I'll tell you why. So we were supposed to attend this function till very late. People would get really entertained and get to their cliques and just socialize, which is a good thing as colleagues because we usually meet within the parameters of our department, and it's usually work. If you're not cascading cascading this document, you following up on the other document. So, it was going to be a different space, a different setting where people, could just relax and get to know their colleagues, at different sceneries. So my reasons were, I'm somebody who's sometimes antisocial. And I'll tell you why. So I was like, okay, after this party, I just want to go to my room and sleep. That's just about it. I don't want to be hanging out with other colleagues at so-and-so's room and, be doing whatever. And just, by whatever, I don't mean anything bad or anything illegal, but I'm just that socializing that will have you, sitting, over a room, and we'll have like about 8 people in that space, and then we're just having something nice, we're having drinks, and it's nice, we're having those conversations. I was not ready for those. I did not want to be part of those conversations, not because of any bad reason or any particular reason at that time. As I'm saying, I'm somebody who's sometimes antisocial. I like to keep to myself. If I had my way, I'd just I'd avoid human beings completely. Okay, don't take this wrong, please do not take this the wrong way. So I just wanted to go to my room and sleep. I didn't want to hold no small talks, no big talks, no whatever talks with anybody. I just didn't want that. I just wanted my peace. So I intentionally chose, I think I can say the hotel, man. I'm not saying them in a bad way. I chose Royal Palm Hotel, which is like a walking distance to the Gateway. I don't have anything here. I chose Royal Palm Hotel. I didn't know how it looked like, so I just went to the internet and just Googled. I'm like, it's in Umhlanga. I mean, there's no way it's creepy, if you know what I'm trying to say. Just the mere fact that it's within Umhlanga vicinity, it means it's okay. So I looked it up, and I was like, I'm satisfied with the pictures I'm seeing. That's exactly the hotel I'm going to book in. Whether I'm the only one who's going to book there, that's exactly the point, if you know what I'm trying to say. That's exactly the point. I did not want to be within a hotel where like 8 or 10 or 12 colleagues are booked in. No, I just wanted that. Okay, so, and I had to travel with a colleague. I wasn't driving, was I was driving, but I wasn't driving my car at that time. We were traveling, we were using the state vehicle, and I traveled with a colleague of mine, like my OG, like my man, he's here, Ujobe. I can use his name because I was traveling with Ujobe. We shared the office with him. We were within the same region as well. So Ujobe was driving the state vehicle, and I was a passenger. And I also traveled. You know what? If there's a colleague who's going to figure this one out, it's the other colleague. It's this other colleague. I think I've shared something about him, about her. But in passing, I'm going to call Undu. Undu is my sister's name, so it's just going to be an easy name to just, remember and just call. So I'm going to call her Undu. And then Undu, somehow, me and Undu, we had similarities in terms of wanting to keep to ourselves, not trying to be part of the cliques and be doing things after, a work engagement. Because in as much as it was a party, it was still a work engagement. If you know what I mean. On paper, it was a work engagement. It was an official program. So somehow, me and Undu shared similarities when it came to that, because now, she's just somebody who just keeps to herself. Yes, Jayla, like like me. But you know what I'm trying to say. So Undu hits me up, within the week of doing those bookings. It was like, hey, bruh, where did you book? And then I told her, I booked Royal Palm Hotel. He was like, oh, is it nice? I'm like, I looked it up for these reasons. For these reasons, I decided to book. It's like exactly my point. That's what I was also, trying to achieve. I just wanted to lure you into booking into a hotel that is not that popular, so that we wouldn't have a lot of colleagues, flooding it. If you are my colleague and you're watching this, please don't take this the wrong way. Please Do not take this the wrong way. It was a matter of just you wanting your time, you want time to yourself, you want to do things nicely, you know. Man, it's not even a matter of me wanting to have somebody over. No, it's not even, it wasn't even about that. The person I could have over at that time stayed in another province, which is something we're going to get into, like, you know, shortly. So I was traveling with Ujobe, knowing what Ujobe wasn't going to stay over Mhlanga. Ujobe is from Pietermaritzburg, and that's we were driving from Pietermaritzburg using the state vehicle to attend this work engagement. And it only made sense for him to actually return with the car because, you know, he had this thing of not wanting to slip away from home if he had an option of just driving back because, you know, he's the MK veteran and his reasoning was, ulale kakhulu ngaphandle, you know, the time MK. So if there's a way that he could slip home every day, he'd just consider doing it like that. So Ujobe was going to come back to Pietermaritzburg. So the time was around 2:30. The formalities were over. We were eating, drinking, something, you know, it was nice. It was chilled. So this one, so now thinking to myself, Ujobe was going to go back and he needed to travel, you know, early, not around 6:30 when it's starting to get dark because he was driving the state vehicle. Basically, state vehicle. You know, there's a lot of attention involved. Like Ziata was a state, like, I don't know. They just take them. So you just don't want to be driving around 6:30 and you're driving from Durban. Durban is a hotspot in as much as Pietermaritzburg still is a hotspot for car hijackings. Okay. So I knew I took a decision. You know what? Because the hotel is on the way when Ujobe is going to join the entry coming to Pietermaritzburg. So I said to myself, there's no way I'm going to be left behind. Ujobe cannot leave me here. Ngizocela yena angibeke to the hotel because then again, if I stayed behind, I wasn't even participating that much in what was happening. You know what I mean? I don't even know why I attended. I just wanted, you know, you just, for somebody like me, you just, sometimes I also don't understand myself in terms of what is it that I want to do? What is it that I don't want to do? I have my own kind of fun. You know what I mean? I have my own kind of fun with this hair. I have my own kind of fun. I want to do things that entertain other people, but at the same time, I don't want to do them. Okay? So I was there. For me, that I was done. I just wanted to go to my room, check in, and, you know, just get comfortable and stay by myself. So Undu wanted to stay longer. I was like, no, Brenda, Wambelani, don't. No, let's just stay for like another 30 minutes because I told her, I was like, Ndu, I'm about to bounce, bruh. I'm about to bounce. There isn't much I'm doing right here, you know, right now. People are, you know, getting all kinds of excited. You know, they're taking them nice drinks and that stuff. So, I mean, I'm not taking those nice drinks. Then what exactly am I sitting here with the people that don't, with the people that don't even want to sit with? What do you call that? No, I wasn't looking to waste my time. I'm like, I'm going to bounce with Joby. But Undu was going to have her husband come over for later, you know. So I knew, because even if, you know, I leave Undu in the party, I know her husband is coming to fetch her and then they can just, you know, go check in. Because the hotel wasn't far off from where we were. It was, I think, 10 minutes or 15 minutes, you know, considering from La Lucia to Umhlanga Gateway vicinity. So I kept on saying to her, I'm a bounce. So now I'm having a conversation with Job. I'm like, Job, what do you want? Jobek is also somebody who participates in this, you know, BEVs that were happening, that were laid out there. So I'm like, I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to sort him out in a way because, you know, he also didn't want to consume at the time because he was going to drive. Moreover, he's going to drive the state vehicle. It was going to be a disaster if the cops were to stop him and then they were to find out that, you know, he had some BEV. It was just going to be a huge issue. You're driving a state vehicle and you are intoxicated, even if you just had one drink. So I'm trying to sort him out. I'm like, Joby, what do you want? Because, you know, I could also tell he was a bit shy, man. He was a bit shy. So I mean, I'm there. I'm taking like the plastic bags. Listen to me. I know we haven't gotten to a juicy part. But I'm like, Joby, what you want? This one. Joby's like standing far off. I'm like, this one, Joby. Joby's like, yeah. I'm like, this. I'm like, Joby's, yeah. Just two. Joby's like, take two. I'm like, taking 5. When he says 2, I'm like 5. Putting in this huge bag because I wanted him to be okay when, he gets home, he's chilled, not driving anymore. He's gonna, do his business. So I'm like, chop it. The next thing I'm out. And I just live like that. I live like that. I'm not saying don't take me to parties. Take me to a party. But if I want to bounce, I'm going to bounce. Which is why I'd actually prefer to be the one driving. Because I'll be like, guys, I'll have my kids like this, guys. So I'm that person you don't want to take to a party. So we bounce with Jobe, we put it in a navigator because we're not sure of the exact location. And then we navigate and we're there. I'm like, oh, nice. It's even closer to Gateway because I wanted to go shop something. Because in as much as I stayed in Pietermaritzburg, we didn't have Zara, we didn't have H&M. I think they still don't have. So it was a matter of just that. So fast forward, as soon as we got to the hotel, now the business, the main reason for the story is about to lay out. It's about to make sense. So when we got to the hotel, so I had heels on. If I can find this picture, I should insert it. I had my green heels on and I was wearing black pants and I had this green top, this nice, oh my God, this nice green top that I bought from Country Road. It's a nice shirt. Ooh, that shirt was nice, man. If I say it, you better believe it. You best believe it. What is that thing that, that cruise advert that AKA does? Is it, if my name's on it, you best believe it's good. So you best believe when I say it was a nice shirt. So I got off the car and I opened the back and I took my backpack. I'm always on my backpack, It's just, I think that's just me. So I took my backpack and I took my sandals out and I took off these heels because now I was about to relax. It was a 11 centimeter heel, so you can imagine for the past like 5 or 4 hours I was on that. So now I'm about to get a space where I'm just, going to just let loose and relax, and be chilled. So I took those shoes off. As I did that, I saw this other car, this other bus in particular, that was branded. It was a soccer team's bus from the KZN. I'm not going to mention the team again. So this long bus that was clearly branded outside, just drove past the car. So and I don't care, I'm minding my own business, you know what I mean? So that bus drove off, and then I took my backpack and I'm like, sure, we shared like pleasantries with Job. I'm like, thank you for bringing me here. Please safe. Please let me know when you get to PMB. It's like, Zobarai is my sister. Zobarai, my sister. I'm like, I'm chilled. Why didn't you consider the other hotel, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Job, you know me, man. I think you should know me by now. I just don't want places that are flooded. I just, and I was like, no, it's fine. And then I went in. There was an elevator that took me to first floor where the reception area was, okay? And then I got to the reception. There were nice couches like that were put, and like at reception it was nice, even seeing it, seeing the actual place, not from the pictures, as I did earlier on. So I got there, I put my bag, and then I took out my ID, my purse, so that I could go check in with my ID and stuff. It was before COVID at that time. Yeah, it was just a couple of months. It was probably 2 months before we had of COVID. So, and then I got in. As I was checking in, I realized there is another entrance except the one I used. So when the bus passed by, they were going to the other side, to the other entrance. So there's another, staircases on the other side and elevators as well. So, and then the elevators opened, this influx. When I say the influx of people who were wearing the same things, I was like, immediately when I looked, I'm like, oh my God, these people were coming here. Already I'm feeling some type of, I'm shy now because, I'm the only female standing here, except the person who was, helping me check in, and a whole lot of guys are walking in. They're wearing the same things. It was intimidating in a way. So I'm like standing there, I'm thinking, they're probably checking me out. So most of them, if not all of them, sat in these couches where I put my backpack and I took out my purse, just, I could have access to my ID and stuff, so that, when they require it at the check-in point, I have it with me. So it wasn't even a distance from the couches to the reception desk. So as I looked, so they came, a whole lot of them, they came and they sat there. So I took about probably a minute or two while doing that, and I'm like, is there Wi-Fi? And then this lady's like, no, yes, there is. Try and connect, and they gave me the coordinates and stuff. And we were done. It's like, first time here? I'm like, yeah, first time here. I was like, trying to give me just, a summarized orientation. It was okay. The same elevators you use to take them, you're on the 6th floor type of thing. So I had to come back to these couches and put back my purse in my backpack, and then put it, and then off I went. So as soon as I came back, I could, people were like, hey, but that day, man, I was cute. I can take a good 3 minutes explaining how cute I was that day. My God, I was fine. Even though I say myself, even what does that sound? If I do say so myself, stand alone in the share. So I was fine that day, man. Oh, I was fine. When you look good and you look like you didn't put any effort, you know what I'm trying to say? That was me that day. I looked fine. I looked fine, man, but it also looked like I did not put any effort whatsoever. Yeah, I looked fine, man. Damn. I can insert a picture just to show you the outfit, but it is not a true reflection of how gorgeous I looked that day. I look gorgeous for days. I had my green. So there was this green, thingy that, so I wore this high-waisted pants that are like ankle type of vibe, and then I had those heels, but I took off those heels and then I wore sandals, but I was still within, that thing, because those were my goat sandals. So, and then off I went. Ooh, we're in like 30 minutes already into this, 27 minutes into this video, but it's fine. It's about to finish. I went up to my room, I freshened up, and then I went to Gator because it was early. It must have been 3:30 or so. Now, who loves the party at 3:30? Because the party is about to begin. It's not even about to begin. It's still early stages of a party at half past 3. People are still, okay. People haven't even gotten to a stage of, being tipsy or, just feeling warm and nice. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's just me. That's why I'm saying I'm antisocial AF. So I went and I freshened up, and then I went to H&M and Zara. I got just a few items, and I was back to my room before, it was dark. Showered, and then I went for dinner. Now that's where the activities began. So I went for dinner. As I went for dinner, I'm just hoping, I don't know how. I thought my hopes were, we're going to give way. So I was just hoping when I get there, the team wasn't going to be there. It's a big